Hi everyone, and welcome to TARY COURTIER. In this audio insight, I will be sharing about the winning attitudes to have when dealing with customers. There is one main thing that everyone would want to achieve when dealing with customers, and that one main thing is money. Your customers are the ones who would make you wealthy. You manage them properly so that you can keep and reap your rewards. The first attitude to have is to always be ready to convince your customers. We all have to work for our own futures. No customer will walk into your life. No customer will walk into your store, or no customer will walk into your business to want to freely pour money into your pockets for no reason. We need to work hard for our cash. We need to make it worthwhile for someone to sacrifice a part of their lives for us. Whenever you are engaging a customer, be ready to convince and win them over. The first thing you need in the area of convincing a customer is to have the knowledge on whatever services or products you are selling. The last thing you want is not being able to answer a question that a customer asks. See, this not only shows that you are unprofessional, but it also causes you to lose a sale. While you are engaging a customer, do it with sincerity. When the customer knows that you care, they will also want to care for you and your business. See, it would be very difficult to sell something sincerely if you do not believe in the product. Therefore, don't shoot yourself on the foot. Choose a business and be in a job that allows you to be passionate about the product or the services that you are advocating for, that you are selling. Be in a business that you believe in. The next attitude to have is to know that your customers are the ones who would fund your future. When I was teaching interview skills to my students, I used to tell them that when you go for a job interview, you would have to convince people to hire you. You are not going to convince a building or an imaginary brand. When we say we are going for a job interview at Coca-Cola, for example, we don't need to convince Coke bottles or the machineries to hire us. What we are going to convince, or who we are going to convince, are the real human beings who would buy into our abilities and experiences. Now, this is the same if you are running a business. Your customers are the ones who would buy into your future. Know that these are the people that would fund the future and the success of your businesses. When you go to work with this mindset every day, or when you operate your business with this mindset every day, your attitude towards customers will change drastically. That I assure you. The third attitude is a rather important one, especially if you're in a sales line. Objection is not rejection. You need to understand that. See, if you are expecting to sell smoothly in the sea of selling, think again. It is never going to be smooth sailing in the sales line. This I can assure you. When I used to run an insurance agency, I was taught by my mentors that I should be very happy if I'm able to get one sale out of 100 cold calls. It is bloody difficult to sell. However, we need to understand that when customers are objecting us, they are not rejecting us. One of the best things that could happen in sales is when the customer is giving you a chance to communicate with them. This chance of communication gives you the possibility of making a sale. See, objection is part of the communication process. You cannot run away from that. For example, when a customer tells you that I don't think I want to buy this apple because I just read in an article saying that sugar in fruits is extremely unhealthy for the body. Now the customer is giving you a chance to convince them that this is not exactly the case. And when one replies by saying that evidence suggests that fructose can cause harm only when consumed in excess. However, there is not enough fructose in apples to cause this kind of concern. In fact, there are many positive health benefits that apples could provide for you and your family. Just ensure that you take everything in balance. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. And if you are able to convince the customer like that, you will be able to turn an objection into a sale. The fourth attitude to have is to get yourself ready for difficult customers. You cannot run away from difficult customers. You will definitely meet with them someday down the road when you are in the sales line. Let us first get a definition of difficult customers right. Difficult customers are those who want to receive good value in return for the money paid, for their money paid. So they might ask difficult questions or could be extremely persistent in wanting to get what they want. There is no wrong in doing so. They have worked hard for their money and now they want to get their money's worth. We all have emotions. So one of the first things you need to get ready for is to have a mighty amount of patience for these people. They might ask tons of questions. Answer them. You'll never know who they are. You never know what they can do for your business. If you do not know the answer, it's very simple. Just let them know that they'll receive a reply from you before the end of the working day through a call or through an instant messaging application. This way, you can even have their information and you could upsell them in future, or if there are any new products in future, you could always send it to these contact information, contact number, and make more sales, increase your sales numbers. If you meet with unreasonable customers are different from difficult customers. People who are out there to just want to bully you or abuse you, these are unreasonable customers. And if you do meet with them, I hope your company is 100% on your side. You could either speak to your supervisor about this or ask them to leave the establishment politely. If you are a business owner, and if you come across such individuals, feel free to spend your time on more sincere customers. But let me give you a piece of very good advice. All conversations that you have with these unreasonable customers should be kept for as long as possible. You might need it in future to defend your innocence. Attitude number 5. Don't allow a failed transaction to define you. Failure is part and parcel of the game. If you put yourself out there, you will surely experience failure. It is what you do about failing that defines you as a person. It is how you stand up again and make the difference. When you fail, you learn. When you learn, you get better. And when you get better, you will be closer towards winning the game. You could have spent 20 hours in trying to close a sale, in trying to convince a big customer to be on your side. But in the end, he has decided to take his business elsewhere. You'll feel the pain and you might be very upset. But that should not take you down. Failing to close a transaction is very normal. In order to find your success one day, you have to persevere through the rejections and emerge stronger than ever. So here's to recap. The 5 winning attitudes to have when dealing with customers. Number 1, always be ready to convince. Number 2, know that your customers are the ones who would fund your future. Number 3, objection is not a rejection. Number 4, get ready for difficult customers. And number 5, don't allow a failed transaction to define you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to TARY COURTIER. It is a pleasure having you, and I hope that this audio insight will help you to become a better person when dealing with your customers. See you next time. Bye bye.